Yo everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a review as well as a demo of the brand new foundation from Huda Beauty. This is the Easy Blur Natural Airbrush Foundation. So this retails at £32, or if you're lucky like me and you are with Sephora and it's your brand for life, you'll get some money off. And if you have a voucher, I got about £10 off, let's put it that way. So this is the latest release from Huda Beauty in terms of her foundation range. Altogether there are, I believe, 29 shades. I would say that it would be beneficial if there were more. The shade that I bought is Toasted Coconut 240N, so 240N. Bear in mind, I have got golden warm undertones. I am not neutral. And if you go onto her website, Toasted Coconut 240N is classified as light medium skin with golden undertone. That doesn't make sense, because how can you have golden undertone yet be a neutral foundation? And then the next shade, Cheesecake 250G, because G meaning golden, is also light medium skin with golden undertone. Having tried that on my skin in the past, it looks pink. Neither of these two supposed golden shades are actually golden, meaning that generally speaking, for somebody like me, there is no actual Huda Beauty shade, which is why it's very rare if you see me showcasing myself using a Huda Beauty foundation on my channel. I would have thought that after all this time, considering how many foundations that Huda Beauty has released and how many times additions have been made to the shade range, that this section is completely left out. As you can probably tell right now, yeah, it kind of works, but it don't kind of work. Let's put it that way. It's not necessarily a little bit pale for me. It's the wrong undertone for me. Bear in mind, I've got a slight tan and it may work for me when the winter comes, but that's not the point. The point should be that there should be something which is light medium with warm golden undertones, and for it to be under the golden section. These are split into fair, light, light medium, medium and tan, deep tan and rich, and then obviously split into cool, neutral and warm undertones. So let me first show you the packaging. So it comes in this 30ml easy squeezy tube. Let me just be careful so nothing falls out the top. And you just squeeze it and you can see that the product comes out. It's very easy to control and manage. So before I go into the demo and give you my thoughts on this product, let me just read to you what it says on Huda Beauty's website about this foundation. This is not a filter. Our Easy Blur foundation is a weightless real-life filter foundation that's ultra blurring and smoothing for an easy airbrushed finish, with medium to buildable coverage for foolproof, seamless, easy application. This serum-like foundation is formulated with 1.5% skin smoothing niacinamide and pore blurring silica for the most natural airbrushed finish. Huda has apparently worked on over 100 renditions to create the most lightweight ultra blurring foundation. Easy Blur's formula is comfortable on the skin, blendable and easy to apply, available in 29 shades. Again, I would say that that shade range needs to really grow, making it so easy to have the most seamless complexion with a filtered finish. Fragrance and alcohol-free, non-comedogenic, lightweight, it melts onto the skin. 95% out of 54 people agreed that it gave their skin a filtered finish. So before I give you my thoughts, let's get straight into the actual demo itself. Bear in mind, I've got nothing on my face except skincare. I'm applying a little bit more than I normally would, just to give you guys an idea of the coverage. So you can see that it does definitely glide across the face very easily, very weightlessly, and it's got a very much a serum type of texture, because nowadays that seems to be the trend for 2024, is serum type textured kind of foundation. So as you can see, I've applied it to the entire of one side of my face, just with one layer, and you can see the difference between one side and the other. Before I move on to the rest of my face, I applied a little bit less on the other side of my face. I don't actually need that much coverage these days. Medium coverage is fine for me. And then you can see what it looks like complete all over my face, blended in everywhere for a nice seamless finish. Now bear in mind, I've applied other products on top afterwards, and I've also set it with the Easy Bake pressed powder. My shade I think is in Banana Bread, just because I wanted to use obviously Huda Beauty products. Now one thing I do have to say about this foundation, aside from the shade, there is no shade for me. I can make this work if I don't use that much, I've noticed, but why should I have to do that, right? So let's go into what they've said about it. Serum-like foundation, yep, it definitely has that lightweight serum type of texture that makes it very easy to blend over the face without any snagging, any catching or anything like that. So yes, it is blendable and very easy to apply. Lightweight and melts onto the skin, yep, completely. And does it give an airbrushed finish? I would say yes, it does. Now bear in mind, Huda Beauty is not the first brand to come out with this claim of having a blurring kind of finish. There are loads of brands out there that try to blur out your texture, blur out your pores, make your skin look naturally smooth and flawless, and this definitely does achieve that. I've noticed a couple of things that have been omitted in regards to the description for the Huda Beauty foundation. One thing is they don't mention its longevity at all. There's no mention of it at all. Do you know why? You guys, it does not even get through a working day before it starts to separate around my nose area, my chin, my smile lines and my forehead. So the T-zone area, I've got normal to combination skin, but nowadays I'm definitely more on the normal side. But let's say if I had it on my face from 9 a.m. when it got to about 5 p.m, I went and looked in the mirror, I'm shining and separating in these areas. Didn't use any primer and I didn't use any setting spray either, because I wanted to do a review based on how it applies to the skin without anything else. I don't always believe necessarily you should have to buy additional products in order to make something work. Bear in mind that this has also been released with a primer. You shouldn't have to buy the primer in order to make this work, if that makes sense, because that seems kind of disingenuous. There is that separation that starts happening. By the time it gets to hour 12, my skin looks glowy. It still looks blurred, but it's not greasy, but it started to break down pretty much everywhere on my face, to the point where I look like I've got kind of glass skin, if that makes sense. Now, at the same time, it doesn't accentuate any texture on my face. It doesn't accentuate any pores. I've got one specific smile line on one side of my face. It settles into it very, very quickly, which I don't like. Also, absolutely no mention about whether it transfers. It transfers. It does not resist sweat. It does not resist humidity. It does not resist water. If I, at the end of the day, push my finger onto my face, it leaves a little imprint on my face as well. I've got a little bit of eczema around my nose. Initially, you can't see anything, but again, towards the end of the day, it has completely separated, caught on it, and it's actually making it stand out. Now, what I do like about this, obviously, is the fact that it blurs out the skin. It evens out the skin. It makes my skin look so much better than it does naturally. It covers any redness that I have. I tend to go red on my cheeks. That's more so to do with my skin color more than anything else. And this manages to mask it very, very well. But unfortunately, I would say that the cons definitely outweigh the pros. Sorry, Huda Beauty fans, you know that I love the brand itself, but unfortunately, I would say that when it comes to the foundations, they aren't so great. They're either very, very heavy, they're not long wearing, they're not transfer proof, and the color range I think needs to be a lot better. And I'm actually a little bit disappointed that, considering that this brand has been around for a good couple of years and this is not the first foundation, that they haven't focused on things like longevity, on things like transferability as well, heat resistant, humidity resistant. These things should be the norm nowadays when it comes to a foundation, especially one where you're forking out £32, and especially when one has been so hyped up as this one has. And then there are a lot of people out there that are waiting to see how good this is because they have been told that it's so amazing. Overall, I'm probably going to give this a 6 out of 10. I have tried a lot of new foundations recently. I've tried the new Urban Decay one. I've got the new Dior Stick foundation. I've got the new Too Faced Soft Matte foundation. I've got the new Maybelline Lumi Matte foundation, and they are all better than this one. So I'm very sorry to those of you that may have assumed that this is a great product due to all the claims and the marketing and all of that sort of thing. It's really not worth the money. I would personally not recommend this. I'm actually quite disappointed. Like I said, this is not something you can wear for a whole working day. This is not something you can wear all night. This is also not something you can wear in high temperatures. The week that I've been testing it out, it's actually been fairly cool in the UK. It's actually been about between 20 to 22 degrees. So not too hot, not too cold, but it's still managing to break down on my face. Imagine when it gets to like 25 degrees, 28, 29 degrees. Imagine the people that live in places like Dubai, where Huda Beauty's brand is from. This would not cope. You would have to apply copious amounts of setting spray, copious amounts of powder, just to get it to sit still on your face. Another thing that I would mention is that this does need to be set, definitely, but even once it's been set, still feels tacky to the face. Not massively tacky, but a little bit tacky. I would expect for something that has got a naturally airbrushed finish to actually deliver that. But again, they have not claimed as to what the actual finish is supposed to be. Is it supposed to be glowy? Is it supposed to be matte? I don't see any mention of that anywhere. And if I've missed it, I apologize, but I'm just going by what's on the box and what's on their website. So that's it for my review of the Huda Beauty Easy Blur Natural Airbrush Foundation. Like, comment, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Let me know what your thoughts are below. Obviously, everybody will have a different viewpoint as to what their thoughts are of this foundation. It also maybe depends on your skin type, but again, I am normal to combination, veering more towards normal. So if it doesn't work for me, who knows, it may work better for somebody that's got very dry skin. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts below. Other than that, I hope you guys are wonderful, fabulous, and great. I'll see you all in the next video.